Hello, my name is Pedro Cervantes Jr., and I would love to talk about the life of Araceli Diego. Araceli was born in Albany Park neighborhood in Chicago. We met through mutual friends, and we were together for 8 years. We had three beautiful children, two sons named Jonathan and Alex, and a daughter named Esmeralda. Whenever Araceli had time off, she would take the kids to Lincoln Park Zoo and McKinley Park. She really cherished time with her children. She was a loving person who cared more about others than herself. Araceli worked at Rush Hospital in the supply chain department for 2 years. She was a very hard worker who was always smiling. Her laugh was infectious and would always light up a room. She was truly one of a kind. This past summer, while she was pregnant with our daughter, she started feeling ill with symptoms of COVID-19. I took her to the hospital on a Monday, and that was the last time I saw her. The following Sunday at 3:41 a.m. on August 1st, she and my daughter passed away from COVID-19. I was devastated, but I know I must stay strong and honor her life for my two sons.
When the pandemic broke out, the owners of El Milagro did nothing to keep their workers safe. Only after workers walked off the job did the company make some changes. But it was too late. 85 workers had already become COVID positive, and 5 workers died. One of the workers who died was Ricardo Sandoval. Here is a sketch of Ricardo joyfully holding his newborn granddaughter, drawn by his son. The granddaughter is now 2 years old and has a 2-month-old brother who Ricardo will never hold. Ricardo's son gave Arise Chicago a copy of this sketch, which we display in our office to forever remind us of all workers whose lives were snuffed out by negligence and greed.
Hi, my name is Maria Cementada, and I would like to talk to you about my nephew, Miguel Gonzalez. Miguel was born in Chicago on September 16, 1999, to immigrant parents. He grew up back of the yards in Chicago, near 43rd and Ashland. As a child, he will always follow mom and follow mom wherever she goes. And he always was more than willing to help his family and others. The sense of supporting his family led Miguel to work at Rush Hospital in the kitchen department. His co-workers would tell us how much he was an outgoing, caring, and helpful individual. On the night of December 2nd of 2021, Miguel had ended his shift at Rush Hospital. He was driving home from work in his favorite pickup truck. And for no reason, his truck was being followed and was shot and killed in a drive-by shooting. Miguel was just 22 years old, and we are devastated, and we're trying to look for comfort through his unspeakable tragedy.
Yaroslav Zuk, a 55-year-old Ukrainian immigrant, came to the United States in search of a better life. He worked construction for a non-union contractor in Chicago, but the contractor neglected several basic safety precautions. While on the job, Yaroslav fell 40 feet head first, landing in a dumpster. he was rushed to the hospital with severe skull and spine damage, and 2 weeks later, Yaroslav died. On the 1-year anniversary of Yaroslav's death, at the site where he died, Arise Chicago held a service of remembrance with the building trade unions, a dozen clergy, and a violinist. We emphasize the importance of safety and that unionized jobs are the best way to ensure safe job sites. One person dying on the job is one too many and completely unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Bob Cruz Malinsky. I'm with IBW Local 21. Dave Webster was a friend of labor. He was a friend of all of ours, and I'm happy I've been able to work with him for the last 25 years. He was a business rep and our lead organizer. He was originally from Wisconsin. He has 4 kids, and he was married to Debbie Webster. His loss is a loss for all of us and the labor community. Whenever there was a problem, wherever there was a fight, Dave Webster was there. Dave Webster was always the person you could count on. If there was a picket line, Dave was there. He was out there on the front lines, whether it was for Local 21 or when he went to somebody else's picket line or somebody else's cause. Dave was the person who stood out front. He was always there with his picket sign and his red union shirt and his big smile. To his very last days, before COVID took him and his last breaths, he fought for people. Not only did I lose a friend, the labor community lost a great friend and a great partner. And we're all going to have to live in his memory. As Mother Jones said, we mourn the dead, but we fight like hell for the living. And that's how Dave would want it. He would say with his big smile, okay, remember me, but don't forget the workers.
And I hope that the lives of Araceli and Esmeralda continue to speak to us.
I hope that Ricardo's life will continue to speak to us.
I hope that Miguel's life will continue to speak to us.
I hope that Yaroslav's life will continue to speak to us.
And I hope Dave's life will continue to speak to us.